I'm Sara Billingsley. I am a painter, acrylic painter. I started doing art when I was, I say about five or six, when my parents got divorced. We moved from Texas to Colorado. And for me, as a kid, the moving different states, living in different houses was really traumatic for me. So I started doing art as a way to kind of cope. And pretty much have been doing art ever since then. I mean, art is pretty much my life. Art is what I do. Because I've been doing it from such a young age, growing up, it was, as I said before, it was a coping mechanism for me. So a lot of times I did art to kind of escape or to figure out what was happening in my life, emotionally or with family or whatever was going on. So that was really why I really got into art, and that's pretty much stayed a trend in my art, even to now. Even though my art's changed a lot, it's still the same reason that I do it. So art is very much a part of my life. It's like, I tell people sometimes it's scary for me because art's all I've ever done. So if I can't succeed at art, I don't know what else to do. But it's a lot about my life and what stage I'm in. A lot of it is about kind of processing and showing different emotional states of life and things that you go through, and trying to express that in a way that people can feel it, and then I won't have to explain it. It's funny because when I was a kid and growing up through high school, I hated abstract painting. Like I hated it. And so I did very realistic drawings of people and animals and trees and kind of fantasy stuff, but it was based off reality. And it wasn't till I was in, I think it was my sophomore year of college, that I had a project I had to do of, we had to have pattern everywhere in each painting, and we had to do a series of, I think it was 7 paintings, and all I could think was, how am I going to get patterns in my painting? Because I never painted patterns. I didn't do that kind of thing. And the only way I could figure out how to do it was to just paint patterns. And so I started painting patterns, and then figured out that if I made a stencil, it'd be a lot easier than just hand painting each one. And so then I made a stencil, and then from there I just like fell in love with it. And all I could think was about patterns and textures and how I started connecting that to how there's different emotions and they have different textures in their own way, and so since then that's like all I've been doing is that kind of thing. So that's really how I got into the painting I do now. I also do a lot of drawing, which is another thing, which is also about, it's similar, but it's about trying to kind of record meditation and emotions through marks of drawing, which is kind of the other thing. So, I mean, all my art is very related to the now and how you feel, and trying to translate that in a way that I won't have to explain it, that someone can see it and they somehow emotionally or something inside them connects to it. And that's what's important to me. I draw my inspiration for a few different things. Some is just things I see when I'm out during the day. So either sometimes I see certain colors together and I'll think, ooh, I really like that orange with that teal, or brown with that purple, or whatever colors I see, and I kind of remember that. And some of it's trying to just re-explain chemistry that happens between either people and nature, people and people, a lot of times I notice how even people I don't know, how they talk and how they interact with each other, and there's this kind of rhythm between them, and all that I kind of bring back together. I work at night, so I kind of go out during the day and capture different emotions or things and how I'm feeling, and it kind of comes together, and then I create a piece. And sometimes I can just create a piece and I can just work on it and work on it and work on it until I'm done. And sometimes I get to a place that I know it's not there, and I just look at it, which is why I live in my studio. It's a big part of my art, is living with my art, because, and something that also goes back to me being a kid, because I always lived in my studio growing up, and I kind of have to have this connection with it, of living with it and being able to always be around it, and kind of see it in different light and different emotions throughout the day, and then decide from there what I'm gonna do.
Do you have a hard time letting go of some of your pieces?
I have maybe one piece. I think if anyone ever bought, I would be really excited, but it'd be kind of hard for me to let go of it. But at the same time, a lot of my art, once I've done it, is kind of like my releasing that state or that emotion or that thing I'm going through. So a lot of times once I paint it and then someone's bought it and it's gone somewhere else, it's kind of like my process of letting go of something. So I'm not as connected to a lot of my stuff as I would think I would be, I guess.